This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. So, today, let us understand one more interesting topic that is on fuzzy lookup transformation. Lookup search for exact match, fuzzy lookup search for close match. This performs data cleansing tasks such as standardizing data, correcting data, and providing missing values. It uses fuzzy matching to return one or more close matches from the reference table. It supports Unicode and non-Unicode strings. It's a blocked transformation, right? So, what is the meaning of a fuzzy? Let us understand now. I have some data, so I have some flat file, and I wanted to get the data and store it into the table. So, this is my reference table. So, these are the cities I have. If you see carefully, this first city and first city 100% is matching. Second city, there is a misspelled value. If you see carefully, this spelling is something different and this spelling is something different. There is a misspelled data in this. If you see dy, it is yd. Have you seen this? So when you have misspelled data coming from the source systems, so if you apply lookup transformation, which is not going to be taking this data as a 100% matching data. So it will be lookup is treating this as a unmatched data. So this row is going to be part of the unmatched bucket or unmatched table. Now, wherever there is a matched data, it is going to go when you use lookup transformation. I'm talking about clear. So, if instead of a fuzzy, if you're using a lookup transformation, so this row will be part of unmatched data. Okay, like that. Wherever there is a misspelled data, all the data is part of unmatched buckets. Okay, so you will get a lot of misspelled data. But tomorrow the customer will tell you all the misspelled data also you have to clean it and dump the data to the proper matching tables. Clear? So what is the thing that I need to understand here? Let us understand one by one. So now if you compare this Hyderabad and this Hyderabad, it is not 100% similar, but at least 90% is similar. The spelling, okay. So this spelling and this spelling. If you say this spelling, this is 100% similar, 100%. But if you see only two letters got misspelled, because you can say at least 60 to 70% is similar. If if something you have that is having 60 to 70% of similarity, then you consider this as a Hyderabad only. If it is matching at least 72% similarity between this and this, then you consider this as Hyderabad only. So that is what is called fuzzy lookup. Fuzzy means not 100% match. It is a close match. It is not 100%. For example, sometimes we go to the shops and I would like to buy some trouser. I'll take a trouser and I would like to ask him, can you show me, I need the same color trouser. Okay, so that guy says, I don't have same color, but I have a close match. I have a close match. Close match means which is known as a fuzzy. Fuzzy is a mechanical word. Okay, fuzzy is a mechanical word. So what is the meaning of fuzzy? Fuzzy means it is not 100% matching, which is a close matching. If it is a close matching is called as a this one. If you go to a shop and ask something, you will not say I don't have that, but I have this. It is also 90% is similar drug or 80% is a similar drug, only the company, the manufacturer is the different guy here. Clear? So that is what is called fuzzy. Fuzzy means not 100% match, which is a close match. Okay, the fuzzy logic is implemented first in the washing machines. Okay, whenever you buy a washing machine, they say this washing machine is using a fuzzy operation or fuzzy washing. You can just go to your washing machines and check. So they will be writing fuzzy algorithm. So that is the algorithm which is going to be using. Because of that, it is going to be working, fantastically. So what is the meaning of fuzzy? Fuzzy means not 100% similar. It is a close match, or there is a, you know, for example, let me uh, go to the paint. Okay, you're trying to wash your clothes. What happens? Let us see. So washing machine will have a scanners. Okay, if you put your shirt or pant or trouser there, it is going to be scanning your shirt completely. So scanner will be there. 360 degrees, cameras are available in your washing machines. Okay, so it is going to be scanning your shirt. Okay, so this is your shirt. It is going to be scanning the shirt like this, and there is a stain somewhere here. There is stain somewhere here. You had some bad stain somewhere here. Okay, so now what the fuzzy lookup is going to be doing? As soon as you put your clothes into the washing machine, it is going to be scanning your shirt or the pant, whatever be the cloth that you put for the washing. It's going to be scanning, and it finds out there is a stain there. So what happens if there is stain there? It is going to be comparing like this. So it is going to be comparing this block. So this block is 100% similar, but this block is not 100% similar. This block and this block is going to be comparing. It is only 60 to 40% is similar to this block. So there is a stain here. Okay. And this block and this block is going to be comparing. It is not same as this because there is a problem. So I have to give proper this one. So if I compare this one and it is completely good. And this one is this one completely good. But this one is this one. It is 90% is matching because this is stain, and this one when you compare it, so at least 70% is matching, remaining 20-30% is not matching. Okay, so fuzzy means not match, close match. 70% is matching, this portion is matching, there's a stain there. So this block of the cloth is not matching with this. Clear? So this is how the fuzzy technology is going to be identifying your stains on the clothes. Am I clear? So using this technology, it's going to be identifying the stains, and it's going to be giving more pressure in this, area, so that your stains are free, and the washing machine is also going to work properly fine. Clear? So this is what is called a fuzzy. Fuzzy means not 100% same, at least close match. Okay, so whenever you have a misspelled data, when you go for a lookup transformation, all misspelled data will be part of your unmatched tables, unmatched buckets. But the customer is saying if it is matching up to 80%, 60%, 70%, take this record as Hyderabad only, even though there is a misspelled data. Clear? So if you wanted to treat misspelled data, and that is when you're going to be using fuzzy lookup transformation. Am I clear? So always we have to apply lookup transformation first. Lookup will work, matched data, unmatched data. So matched data will be going into one bucket, and unmatched data will be going into one more bucket. Take the unmatched data and you apply the fuzzy lookup on the unmatched data. Then you say if it is a 20% matching, or if it is a 60 to 70% matching, you consider this as a Hyderabad. So it's going to be taking the similarity threshold value and applying what is called as a artificial intelligence data science algorithm is going to be implementing. So fuzzy lookup is going to be having artificial intelligence AI algorithm as part of SSIS, which is going to be identifying what is the similarity threshold value between this spelling and this spelling. And we need not write not even a single piece of code. So artificial intelligence, machine learning code has been implemented in this. So it is identifying what is the similarity threshold between this and this. Then it can identify whether this is Hyderabad or something else. Clear? So let us do a small demo on this. Now I want to create a reference table. So go to the package and, Let me rename this as demo. So fuzzy lookup. Okay, lookup will take exact matches. Fuzzy lookup is going to be getting close matches. Clear? So this is very important point asked in the interview. So what is the difference between fuzzy lookup and lookup? Let me go here. So I wanted to get the data from the flat file source. Let me connect. I have some data, misspelled data. I have it. Let me say this is my source flat file, and I have some employee table, right? So you can take one employee table. So we go. So I have employee fuzzy lookup source. Okay, this is my file. I'm going to be using it. Let me take this file and preview it. Okay, let me just show you the file here. So I wanted to open this. So this is my correct spelling. This is my city where I'm currently staying. But here there is a misspelled data. Clear? So when you go for the lookup transformation, it is not going to take this as a matching data. It will be taking as unmatched data. Let me create a reference table. Let me go to my PPT, Control C. I have some code here. So this will be your reference table, right? Reference tables are already ready in your data warehousing systems. Okay. So we never create reference tables freshly. So this is my table data. If you see, I have proper spelling in the reference table. This is X reference table. I have this. All the matched data, I have to get it. Okay, but if you apply a lookup transformation, so this row is not going to come at all. It will be part of unmatched data. Clear? So for the Pune, I don't have any city called Pune here. So that is also unmatched data. Clear? Unmatched data we cannot do, but if you have misspelled data, that will be part of unmatched data in the lookup transformation, right? So instead of lookup, what I'm trying to do, I would try to use fuzzy lookup. So now you can use lookup transformation and get the matched data first, then take the unmatched data, give it to the lookup. But now I'm trying to apply directly fuzzy lookup transformation. So fuzzy lookup is not in the common. So in the common you can find lookup, but when you go to other transformations, you can find out fuzzy lookup and fuzzy grouping. Let us take fuzzy lookup transformation. Always you must connect first like this. Okay, wherever there is a red pipe, wherever there is a red pipe, that means what it is going to be configuring. It can be configured for the error output. If some error occurs, what should I do? Okay, if any error occur while reading the data itself, if I get any kind of an error, you can configure. By default, it is going to be failing. It can be any common error or any truncation error. So what I should do? You can say ignore failure or redirect the row. So go to this column and do it. Go to this column and do it. Go to this and do it. Go to this and do it. So go to this and do it. If you have thousands of columns, you will go mad. If you have thousands of columns, changing every property is very difficult. So what Microsoft is saying, you use a shift. Okay, press shift and select everything. You come down. When you come down, you have a lot of options. You can say choose this, click on apply. So everything will get applied. You go select this, shift, press shift and click on this. Now I would like to apply this, click on apply. So I should be able to apply something like this. It's pretty much easy. So whatever you wanted to do it, so you can have it. By default, it is fail component. So whenever you find a red pipe, that means this source or this transformation is supporting error outputs. But when I click on this, I don't get any red pipe. Okay, so this transformation does not support error outputs. Not only this, for example, if you take a conditional split, you have a red pipe. If you take in a sort transformation, it is not, doesn't have a red pipe. It has a red pipe. It doesn't have a red pipe. It has a red pipe. Red pipe means when you double click on this, we can see error output. But when you go and see, you should be able to get a red pipe. Somewhere you will be able to configure error output. Have you seen this? But when you double click on this, you cannot see anywhere red pipe. Clear? So no error output. So no error output for this fellow also. Nowhere we can configure for errors, right? So sort does not support error output, and multicast, there is no red pipe. Fuzzy lookup, there is no red pipe. So this has a red pipe. So lot of transformation. You have a lookup, yes, red pipe. Merge, you have a no. Merge join, no. You have file destination, so you don't have anything here. It is a destination, right? So it is not taking anything. So like that, data conversion, yes, you have. So wherever there is a red pipe, it is going to be supported with the error output. So wherever there is no red pipe, when you click on this, I'm able to see the blue pipe. I'm able to see the blue pipe. There is no red pipe. So I'm able to see both. I can see only blue. So lot of transformations or lot of sources, they don't support what is called as a error configurations. You cannot do anything with that. Clear? So that also you should remember. If you have those kind of a transformation, then you need to be worried. Now I have this and fuzzy lookup I'm going to be using. Fuzzy lookup is block transformation. Block transformations are very much slow. If you have so much of data to be scanned for the misspelled spellings, then definitely fuzzy lookup is going to be taking a lot of time. Always apply lookup, get the matching data first, and you take only unmatched data, give it to the fuzzy lookup. When you have little data, so fuzzy lookup can work very, very easily. Otherwise, it is a blocked transformation. So fuzzy lookup only for the string data, char var char data. Why? You cannot have a misspelled data in the integers, decimals, right? So only missing misspelled data is available on the character data, var data. Okay, that may be unique code or non-unique code. Clear? So fuzzy lookup is not going to be applied on the integer data or currency data, date and time data, something like that. Now I try to double click on this. Now I wanted to connect to reference table, click new. My reference table is available in this connection. You can use this. Otherwise, click on new, give you a server name. Server name is dot and or your IP address, whatever you would like to give. And you can choose your database name. If you don't know, you can ask your team lead or friends in your company. So they'll tell you where the data is available. All right. So you can choose the table as city table. It is my reference table. Go to columns. When I click on columns, automatically it has taken this city and this city got mapped. So now, if I go to advanced level, if there is no mapping, we should be able to map. So if you go to advanced level, so similarity threshold value, if it is 100% matching, it is equivalent to lookup only, right? So it is, at least if it is matching 60 to 70%, then you consider this as Hyderabad only. So whether it is 60%, 70%, who is going to be doing the calculation? SSIS is having a machine learning algorithm. So that algorithm is going to be having the, it is going to be reading the data from the source, and it is going to be giving this threshold value. Clear? If it is more than 75, then I would like to take this as Hyderabad, otherwise not. And apart from that, a lot of things you can configure: space, carriage written, line feed, tab, this one, that one. For example, sometimes you will get data like this, like this. Okay, so I have employee ID, employee name, employee designation. So I have something like this. So one, we have John, senior manager. Okay, so it is written like this. So manager, sorry, spell, senior manager. Then I wanted to say Kiran is senior manager. Then I would like to have Vimala is senior dot manager. Clear? So if you see, they're using different notations. They're using different notations. Sometimes I would like to understand this and this is the same. Only thing is that they have a space and there is no space, and instead of that there is a dot. Or you can have there is a dot and a space. Clear? But these are more similar. Senior manager, senior dot manager. So when you see, I would like to get senior dot manager, you will not be able to get this data, right? If you give this and you will not be able to give this data, so I can configure all these things. So you can simply go here, you can remove, you put a space here, then a dot, then you can have a space, something like this, or you can have a comma later, then something like this. I would like to discuss whatever you would like to have it, you can have it. And it is not so easy, I'm telling you, it's not so easy to configure all of them. You need to do trials and errors, whether both the records have been taken or not. So this record and this record, you need to take it. Forget about this record as of now. Okay. So this record and this record you need to configure. So it has to, this and this, both of them are same. I would like to get this. Or you may have one more record. So without having a space or anything. So that is also possible, right? So this is also possible. You wanted to get all the record as a matched data. There is no misspelled data. The notations are different. Clear? So this kind of a data also you have to get it to the matching data, and this is called as a senior manager data. Clear? So if you want to get it, you need to configure a lot of things, a dot, a space, comma, whatever you have. Or sometimes you may have like this senior comma manager, senior dot manager. So a lot of things may be available here. So you will get a lot of issues at the time of collecting data and storing data. It is not so easy, right? So when we were working for one of the projects for Gulf countries, okay, so they had different countries in different cities. So they'll say all Moba. So this is one city name. So sometimes they say all Moba. Sometimes they say all space MOBA, H is missing. Sometimes they say all MOBA like this. So you will have a lot of issues. What is the correct spelling? Correct spelling is this spelling is the correct spelling. But you will have data in different notations. Okay. So all you need to read and you need to standardize the data in the data warehousing. So how do you do that? You cannot expect anything everything, right? They'll give you millions of data and you need to write a very complex algorithm to understand, give, remove all these things and have only one thing like this. To do this, one thing is that you can use fuzzy, lookup. You will be able to get, so it is a 70% missing, 20, 60% missing, 80% missing. That is what you need to first count. If it is at least 60 to 70 percent is missing with this, you consider this as a all MOBA. Then later, once you get the data to the matching data, later all this spellings will be rewritten. So you need to first get this data. So when you get the data later, what you do, you are going to be overwriting this data into correct spelling. Okay. Fuzzy lookup is not going to correct the spelling. Fuzzy lookup is going to be identifying the records which are close match to this guy. That it is only, it will identify. So this spelling and this spelling is matching up to 60 to 70%. Only that thing fuzzy lookup is going to be telling you, and it's going to be giving this record as this record only. Okay, it will telling you. So this original data, this is original city, this is close match city. So both of them will get added. So to the destination matched data, then you need to take this spelling and you need to override the spelling separately. Fuzzy lookup is not going to, do any kind of a correct spelling. It is not going to write the correct spelling. It is going to be identifying the records. That's it. So then it is going to be giving you, this is the record from, so all MOBA only. Clear? So all the records with the different spellings. Sometimes they'll have apostrophe like this. Okay. So we'll have a lot of issues with this country's data. Clear? Because this data is given by the end user. So when end user is typing his address, he will give whatever he would like to give. because you're also giving your address to the amazon.com, right? So whenever you give your address, so the same spelling, you will have different things. So sometimes you give space, sometimes you write like this, sometimes you write like this, sometimes you write like this. Whatever be the spelling that you are giving, that is fine. If there is no proper spelling there, or if you are not proper literate, so definitely you do however you would like to do it. Clear? So what happens now? So different misspelled data is available in Amazon sites as well. They wanted to understand from which area we're able to get this kind of a people. So it is very difficult. So cleansing is, you will get lot of misspelled data in every e-commerce site. So we were working for one e-commerce from the Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and for those people, for those guys, and we were getting this kind of a data from there. Clear? So it is not very simple to work with those kind of a data. Remember that. So this is what, so let me show you what is that we need to configure. So go choose your reference table. What is my reference table? That is city. Now go to columns. Already it got mapped. Now go to advanced. Now you choose similarity threshold value. Okay. So this value you can ask the client, sir, if it is matching more than 70 or more than 60, you want me to take this or not? They'll say the similarity threshold value, if at least it is matching 60 70% of the spelling with the reference table, then you can consider this as a proper thing, right? So something like this you can have. Clear, guys? So this is what is very important. So now this one I'm mapping. So go here, check and check the column here. So this is the lookup column. So this is the column we are getting from the reference table. This is the perfect city. So in this is source city, you may have any kind of a duplicates, but this is the perfect city. This city I checked it, I'm able to get it from here. Now this is the data. So at least 75% or 60%, whatever you wanted to give, you can give. If it is not matching, then you can keep on increasing the things. Okay, let me give at least this one. Click on OK. Let me go back and try to. So let me take something company and create tabular view fast load. So go here and say employee fuzzy LKP fuzzy lookup. Okay. So I'm going to be seeing some more, reference, some more extra columns there, but let it be there. Click on OK. Click on mappings. Now fine. Let me execute this package. Okay. So close other packages. Simply right click on this. Close all but this. So that you can do and click on the start button. So all the data went here. So 9 rows went there. So now let me go to this and from the this table. So this is the one. Okay. So fuzzy lookup, right? This is the one. Now you see Ram Chennai 100% matching one. So Hyderabad and Hyderabad 0.77 is similarity. So this, so how it is able to do? I did not write any algorithm. It is having a machine learning algorithm, artificial intelligence, data science algorithm is implemented inside the fuzzy lookup. So remaining data is 100% matching. One means 100%, less than one means it is not matched. Okay. So this is the proper, this is the wrong spelling, and the same data you will be able to get in the destination. So once you what you do, you take this right spelling. This is coming from the reference table. Okay, this you have to update it here. So what you do after doing this, you write one execute SQL statement and you correct this spelling. Okay, so wherever you have, so you can write like this update. So update this table set. Okay, set city one data. This is city one data with this data. Clear? So this data you have to set. So it is not properly created. Let me create one new table. It is giving me city 1 year. So I don't want to have, this is the city with the reference table data. Let me create like that. So let me use new. So save and start. So there is a space bracket as well. I forgot to remove, but let me have this. Okay, set. You can say this city. What city you would like to update? This is a source city. Would be updated with this city. So you did not map it properly also. You simply go there. So if you're getting any kind of null values here, what is the meaning of this? The mapping is not done properly. So when you go, you try to see this city is not properly mapped. There is a ignore. City 1, we have to map this to this fellow. Clear? Because city 1 we're getting from here, if you see carefully. So this is the city 1 we're getting from here. Okay, this has become a city 1 coming from the reference table. Clear? When you check this, it is going to be coming like this. Okay, you can also map city of reference. City coming from the reference table. Now you go create a drop table. So drop table. Now I go, I want to give this time properly. Okay. So everything is fine here. Similarity reference, fine. Clear? So click on mappings wherever you have ignored. So this I don't need. That's fine. Simply go and click on start. What has happened? Okay, this is happening. It is hanging, I think. Okay, start. Why it is taking time? It was executing properly. Is this an issue? So city of reference, city. Okay. It's taking time unnecessarily. I don't know why. Okay, but anyhow, let it be there. So what you do, you have to, update the city with the city of reference. Okay, city of reference means this table is going to be having this, and so wherever the similarity, right? This column is less than one. So wherever the column is less than one, that means what? Those cities are not properly available in the source, you take the reference table city and you need to update it to the original city. This is original city and this is coming from the reference table. Clear? That's how people are going to be updating later. That's it. And you take only city ID, name, city, and remaining columns you need not. So this data, only these three columns data will be sent to your data warehousing after correcting it. Clear? So that is how we should be able to understand, or we should practice this. Fuzzy lookup is very costly transformation. Why it is very costly? Because it's a block transformation. If you have so much of data, it will take a lot of time. You need to educate your client, okay, before doing the development. So if you have millions of rows with the misspelled data, it will take a lot of time. Clear? So what time it is going to be taking? You do one test with the testers, okay, with the testers for the performance tuning. You roughly tell them that if you have 1 million data, it is taking so much of a time. Is it a good or bad? So if it is a good, what can be done? What can't be done? So instead of supplying millions data at a time, so you increase the frequency. So instead of running the package every weekly, you run the package every alternative days, because end of the week you will get 1 million data, 10 million data. But if you run every day, you may be getting 500,000 data, right? So instead of running weekly, you run the package once in a 1 day, once in a 2 days, so that you will be having little data in the source. The same data you're going to be processing, and it may take little extra time. So you're increasing the what is called as the schedules, right? Instead of having a single schedule, you can have multiple schedules. Okay, now we have one more thing that is called as yeah. So already we discussed fuzzy lookup is costly operation. First apply lookup, then go in for fuzzy lookup. Returns null if there is no match found. Okay, and it is a block transformation. Now one more thing, we have fuzzy grouping transformation. This performs the data cleansing tasks by identifying rows of data that are likely to be duplicates. It is also a block transformation. Example, to identify duplicate ration cards, PAN cards, Aadhaar cards, or if you want to identify any duplicate record, so it can easily identify. Okay. So now sometimes what happens, I have some data. You have some ration card number. So the many countries are providing free ration to the people, right? So for the poverty. So name of the guy and city, probably name and father's name, and you may have spouse name, right? And these are the columns in this table: spouse name, and you may have date of birth and city in which you currently staying. So you had applied for this. Clear? So some number, you applied for a ration card. This is the number, you got it. Now your name is, let us say, Peter. Okay. Now your father name is, let us say, ABC. Your spouse name is some AAA. Your date of birth, December, let us say 22nd. Okay, 1988. 1990. So that is a date of birth. And you have in some city called some BBB city. Clear? So you were applied for a ration card and you got from the government of that country. And after some time you transferred to some other city, again you applied for the same ration card. So in the some other city, because it is city level or the state level, some people may issue. So one card is available at your own state, then this hometown, and the second one you applied in that, the card number is like this. And here, instead of this one, Peter Kennedy, the full name is written, right? So AB's father name cannot change, spouse name cannot change until and unless you divorce. So date of birth and everything will be the same. And you have now in some other city. Clear? So now if you see, if you take this row and make this row, it is not 100% similar. But if you see carefully, at least 70 to 80% of the data is matching. So city is completely different city. You have ration card numbers are different, and only these are changing. But apart from that, this data, you maybe Peter K, Peter Candy, something like this you have. But at least 70 to 80% of the data is similar. So, so many times 100% row cannot be similar. Okay, if you are not able to identify to duplicates with the help of simple 100% similarity check, okay, that cannot give you this row at all. But I wanted to know, are there any duplicate people taken two passports, two ration cards? Okay, there may be people. So you need to closely match the remaining data. If it is at least getting 60 to 70% of the data is matching, you consider this guy is applied for the duplicate ration card. Okay, fuzzy means what? Fuzzy means not 100%. That's what I told you. So fuzzy grouping, so grouping is done based on the not 100% of the row similarity. It is only 70 to 80% of the row is matching with the other row. So that means we know that these guys is applied for multiple passports, multiple ration cards, or multiple some water ID, something like this. We can easily understand. Clear? So this is used to identify duplicate records in your uh, company. Clear? So fuzzy grouping is used to identify duplicate records. Fuzzy lookup is used to correct the misspelled data or to identify the misspelled data. Am I clear? So whether it is 100% similarity, it can identify duplicate records, or it is less than 100%, 70% record is similar. So that in that place also it should be able to identify. So fuzzy lookup, fuzzy grouping can be implemented very easily. Fuzzy lookup for the correcting misspelled data. Fuzzy grouping is used to identify duplicate records in your source systems. Clear? We have a lot of other things as well, but fuzzy grouping also can be used to identify duplicate records. Am I clear? So many people would ask you, how do you remove the duplicates if you have something? Simple question. Whether it is a fuzzy, non-fuzzy, doesn't matter. But at least to remove the duplicate records, how do you do that? So compulsorily, this is an interview question. So how do you do? How do you eliminate duplicates? There are a lot of things. So SQL, and you can do a lot of code you can write to remove the duplicates. When you go to sort transformation, if you go to sorting, let me go here. So I'm getting some, let me remove. I'm going to be using a sorting transformation. Okay. Now I have some duplicate data. You think like this. So I don't have any duplicates here, but if you have some duplicate data here, so by not writing any code, simply go to sorting. Okay. And you take all the data and sort it. You see this. You read carefully this line. Remove rows with the duplicate sort values. When you check this, so what happens? When you check like this and click on OK, when you have any kind of a duplicated data in your source system, that data is not going to come. Okay, it's not going to come. So that you can implement and get the data and send it to this fellow. Clear? So that you can do it very easily. Clear, guys? So if you wanted to get the data, and I don't do anything, simply what I do, I apply a sort transformation. I apply a sort transformation, take all the columns, and only you need to check this, remove rows with the duplicate sort values. So sorting data is going to be removed completely. This is the easiest way SSIS can remove the duplicate data. This is one way. Okay, and apart from that, you have multiple ways in which you should be able to duplicate. You should be able to remove the duplicate data. But now remember, sort is a blocked transformation, right? So it is going to be sorting the data and try to, delete the duplicate data. So definitely it will take a lot of time. Apart from sorting, so instead of using it sorting transformation in SQL end, we have CTE you can use, or derivate tables you can use, ranking functions you can use. With the help of that, you should be able to, remove the duplicate data. In SQL level, people may ask you, SQL level, you can use what is called as a CTE, common table expressions, and CTE with ranking functions. Okay, ranking functions when you use. I have a video on this in YouTube. So remove duplicated data. Okay, so remove duplicated data with the help of SQL. You can use that to identify how to remove the duplicated data from the source system. CTE with the ranking functions we can use. So there is a ranking function called row number function that you can use. With the help of this function, you should be able to delete the duplicate data. Okay, duplicates from where? From the SQL. Okay, in SSIS, yeah, SSIS we have what? We have sort and we have fuzzy grouping that you can use. Okay, these are the ready-made transformations that you have it. So fuzzy grouping is used to remove the duplicates. Fuzzy lookup is used to identify the misspelled data. Am I clear, guys? So definitely people would ask you, please, watch my video, remove duplicate rows. Okay, so CTE, with the help of CTE, I think you should be able to find out that and watch that video in my YouTube channel.
Sir,
And yeah, tell me.
sir, for if we use the SQL command, then we should have the source in the SQL server only, no, sir? The source flat
No,
file source
what you
should be.
do, you get the data dump into this directly. Okay, so what you do, you get the data dump into SQL now. Now, where is the data available? Data available in this table, right?
Okay,
So when
okay,
the data is available in this table, now what you do, you go here. So after this, you drag and drop execute SQL task, because this will get executed first. It is taking all the data and dumping it here. After this, what happens? This is going to be happening. So go to
yes,
execute SQL task. You go to the destination table and you write your own logic so that you should be able to delete the duplicates, and this table itself will be having now no duplicate data. I'm not going to create any new table. So in the table itself, if I have duplicate data that I can delete from here, so this table will get cleaned because of this command. In that table only you can delete the data, from that table only. That logic you can implement here. Clear? So this
okay,
is
okay,
loading the data as it is, and this is going to be deleting the data. Very good question,
okay,
that
sir.
you can
Thank you, sir.
implement. Thank you.
Okay.
Clear? Yeah. Now let me use one more demo. These are simple demos, but you need to understand the concept behind it. Okay. So demo. So it is on fuzzy grouping. So drag and drop some data flow task. So now let me take a simple demo, and I have some duplicate data. Whether you have one column is duplicate, 1,000 columns are duplicated, doesn't matter. But we can, it will work as it is here. I'm going to be using fuzzy grouping to remove the duplicate data here. So I'm going to be creating some tables here. I'm going to be having some data. So you may have some data here. So it is duplicated twice, or you can have some records may be thrice duplicated. So you may have single column, multiple column, doesn't matter. You can have any number of columns. Okay, I have some data. That name table is called a test table. Let me simply go and drag and drop. The source is OLEDB source. So you can use this And at the time of reading, you cannot have fast load. Fast load only for the at the time of loading. At the time of reading, you cannot have fast load. You can read row by row, row by row. So you can have the table called a test table. I have some duplicate data here. Now, what I try to use, I try to use fuzzy grouping. So fuzzy grouping is available here. Now you go, fuzzy grouping is used, and you give supply the data. It doesn't have red pipe. It has red pipe. So no error configuration options available. Double click on this. This is your, see this, specify connection manager to be used for the storing the temporary tables that are that the transformation uses. It's going to be creating some temp tables. It's going to be creating some temp tables. For that, I'm going to be using a database. I'm going to be using the same database. So in this database only, it's going to be creating some temporary tables. So this is the connection I had given. Or you can give any other connection as well. So this is a source data. I have only single column. You can have either fuzzy or 100%. So let it have fuzzy also. There's no problem. Minimum threshold value you can configure. If it is a 60%, 70% matching, you consider this as a same record, something like this. You can map it. Okay. So this is also you can have, if it is 100% matching or 70% mapping, you can consider. Okay. So whatever you would like to have it, you can have it. So what are the things you have to consider? Step number one, give this. Step number two, this. You need not check anything. This value also you can configure here. You can simply go and configure if it is 100% matching or 70% matching, whatever you would like to configure, and remaining things you can put it like this. Now these three things are very, very important: the key in, key out, and the score. Okay, score is not very important for us, but at least key in, key out is very, very important. Now what it's going to be doing, let us talk about it. So this is my data. Let me take this data, copy with headers, open Excel sheet. Now it is going to be creating, as I told you, it's going to be creating one table, and in the table it's going to be putting this data. This is the source data it is going to be keeping, and the first column it is going to be having underscore key underscore in. One column it is going to be having, the column name is called this. One more column it is going to be having, this column is called as a key out. Okay. So there are two columns it's going to be creating in the temporary table. This is my original source. Clear? So these are the columns it's going to be using. The key in, key out, and score column also will be there. So score, I'm not writing it. So these are very important columns. What it is going to be doing, it is going to be giving you continuous numbers here. So what a fuzzy grouping is going to be doing, it's going to be giving you continuous numbers starting from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it is going to group the data. So similar data is going to be grouping. This is one group because RAM and RAM, it is one group. It is going to be grouping it, and the second group is going to be formed in this Lata and Lata. So this is one more group, and John is one more group, and Bhaskar is one more group. It is going to be dividing the similar data into one group. Okay, so this is group number one, group number two, group number three. Okay, like that you can have groups. Now, what it's going to be doing, it's going to be giving in this group what is the smallest number. In this group, the smallest number is 1. 1 will be given here, 1 will be given there, 1 will be given there. Clear? So in this group, what is the smallest number? Smallest number 1, 2, 3. Smallest number 1. The smallest number is going to be coming here. Now in this group, what is the smallest number? 4 is the smallest number. The smallest number will come here. In this group, you have only one row. Smallest number is 6. The same 6 will be here. In this group, the smallest number is 7. The same 7 will be there. So this is how it is going to be giving it to you. Am I clear, guys? Okay, so it is going to be performing like this. Smallest numbers it's going to be, identifying. Clear? So what is the smallest number? So this is one group. And within this group, what is the smallest number? So this is the smallest number that is going to be assigning automatically. Within this group, can you just mute it? Somebody is unmuted. Any question you have? So within this group, what is the smallest number 4 that will be written? So
I'm
within this
asking.
group, yeah,
Hey,
tell me.
is it possible to use this transformation with multiple columns?
Yeah, you can have.
Not just with one
You can
column.
have. You can have single column, multiple column doesn't matter, right? So it is going to be creating a group. For example, if you have, that's what I told you, right? If you have, uh, let me take this. The grouping is going to be happening like this. For example, you have some Ram and city AAA, and we have Ram and city BBB, and we have Ram and city some AAA. Now I have multiple columns. What happens? This is one group. Clear? So this will be in another group. Clear? Because I have used multiple columns. The grouping is going to be happening, the columns available in the source. Am I clear? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the grouping is happening based on this. So now I have the smallest unit will be given. So that is what is given. So now after getting that, what is that I would like to have it? I need to get without duplicated data. So what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to write this. So this is, sorry, I'm going to be writing a small command here. The command is called as underscore key in is equal to is it equivalent to equals to you can write key out. So you need to apply one more filtering condition wherever this number is equivalent to this number, get that record. So what I'm trying to do, so I'm going to be getting this record. Why? Because this one and this one is matching, 2 and 1 is not matching, 3 and 1 is not matching, 4 and 4 is matching. I should be able to get this record, and 5 and 4 is not matching. I don't need. 6 and 6 is matching. I will be able to get this record, and 7 and 7 is matching. I will be able to get these records. So key in and key out. So wherever you are having the same data, key in, key out, only get those records. Remaining records will be used as a duplicate data. You will get, so this record, this record, this record, and this record. Now what you do, you simply go, let me remove this. So you did not do anything. Everything it is only giving. You simply take, go to common transformation, go to conditional split, and what kind of a data you would like to filter. So you say key in is equivalent to key out. Okay. So this data is called as a no duplicates. Okay. These are no dupes data. Default output remaining data will be dupes data. Clear? So key in, key out is equal to that is no dupes data. This is what is called a dupes data. So that we have created two cases. Now you take the destination and what data you wanted to take it, both data or only one column data, that you can decide. So you can have dupes data, no dupes data. I would like to have no dupes data. So go double click on this and create a table. If you need all the columns, you can have it. Otherwise, simply take the name. Remaining things I don't need means you can have it. So you can have employee. So no dupes. Only without a duplicates data, you will be able to get it. Now click on save button and run it. Right. So out of 7 rows, 4 rows are no dupes. Remaining data is dupes data. Now let me execute this. Right. This is the data. So 100% you have a similar. And the key in, you can see 1 and 1, 4 and 4, 6 and 6, 7 and 7. So whatever we are able to see, 1 and 1 and 4 and 4, 6 and 6 and 7 and 7. So that we can have it here. The same data is available. This is the cleaned data. So this is what is the duplicate. Even though you have multiple duplicates, let me insert multiple records here. So a lot of data is duplicated now. You have so much of a data. Thousands of rows are available. We have thousands of total 77 rows are available. Let me delete all the data from here, and I wanted to get only the, not all the data, only without duplicates. I would like to have it. Now simply you run this package, right? So even though you have 77 rows are available, but only 4 rows you should be able to get it. If you wanted to have duplicate data somewhere, you can also have that. So take and try to see we have duplicates. If you need duplicate data also, you can have a dupes data. Double click on this, create one more table, employee dupes data. So whatever you would like to have it. So in emp, you can say dupes. That is also you can have it. Clear?
Sir,
So
I have a
whenever you run,
question.
yeah, please.
Sir, we are grouping the duplicate data from the source table and we are
Hmm, hmm,
inserting,
hmm,
I mean,
hmm,
we're inserting into the destination table. But what if
hmm.
we need to check if the coming data, source data is already exist in the destination table?
Yeah, for that
We are not
purpose, we
checking
need
that.
to implement one more logic. Yeah, that for that purpose, we need to discuss a lot of points that we'll discuss later. That is what is called incremental loading. Okay, that will be
Okay.
having next way. If you have the same data, it should not insert, right? That is what is called incremental loading. If the data exists in the
Okay.
destination, you should not insert the data, else you insert the data. So that is kind of a thing we can have it. That can be implemented later. So as of now, I would like to delete the duplicates. And this duplicate data, I wanted to have it here. Okay. So now this is the
Okay.
data I have. I don't have anything here. Simply you execute this. So duplicates will go there and no duplicate data will come. Total 77 records you have, 73 gone there and 4 came here. You may have single column, multiple column, doesn't matter. You should be able to get this is this. And when you say dupes data, so this is your dupes data. Clear? So a lot of data is getting duplicate. So pretty much easy, but only thing is that these are will take a lot of time to remove duplicates. So people are using a different techniques. Some people will write stored proc, some people will write SQL code, some people will write lot of their own thinking and logic. So different things are available to implement the to remove duplicates. You also read my this one YouTube channel SQL using CTE how to remove duplicates. So fuzzy lookup is used to remove the misspelled data. Fuzzy grouping is used to remove the duplicated data. These are slow transformations, block transformations. Okay. Then we have OLEDB command transformation. It is there. This is used to execute SQL commands in data flow. This is similar to execute SQL task in control flow. It performs row by row operations. So if you go to here, I wanted to do some kind of a SQL statement. I am applying some data here. And after applying the data or before applying data, I would like to do some kind of a update delete statement on the destination table. So I don't have an execute SQL command here. But if I go to control flow, I have an execute SQL task. So I can do any kind of an insert, update, delete statements I can easily write because it is available. But when you go to data flow, that is not at all available. But I would like to do something before I insert the data here. So what is that I can do? So there is OLEDB command transformation that is available to you. Okay. So you wanted to do some kind of a updation deletions here. You give the data. When you double click on this, now you go to the destination table. What command you would like to write? SQL command. that you should be able to write it here. Insert, update, delete. So you're getting some data from the source. On that data, you would like to modify something, or you would like to insert something, delete something. Delete whatever be the data you're getting. If some condition is true, you delete the record. You don't take it further. So like that, I wanted to do some insert, update, delete commands. So I would like to call a stored procedure. So if I wanted to execute something, some SQL command, so what transformation I should use here? It is OLEDB command. But if I wanted to use the same thing, not in the data flow, but in the control flow, I can drag and drop execute SQL task here. After that one, I should be able to simply go and write the SQL statement here. So already we know. But people may ask you in the data flow, what transformation you would use to perform insert, update, delete statements, or you to write the SQL commands. What transformation you have? You can say under common, we have a transformation called as a OLEDB command transformation. When you double click on this, so you need to always connect first. Okay, you have to connect, then double click on this. Then you can choose the destination database and write. When you click on this SQL command, you can call a stored procedure. You can write insert, update, delete, truncate, whatever, drop, whatever you would like to do, you can have it here. So this also can be implemented. But the next question is, which is faster? This is faster. This is faster. So here also you're writing SQL statement. You're also writing SQL statement. If you wanted to insert 1,000 rows, or if you wanted to delete 1,000 rows, which one is faster? Definitely execute SQL task is faster, and this is very, very slow. Why? It is going to be doing row by row activity. If you wanted to delete 1,000 rows, it is going to be deleting row by row, row by row, row by row. If you use this, it's going to be deleting a chunk of rows. 500 rows means 100 rows at a time. 100 rows at a time. Batch of rows, it's going to be deleting 5 times. It's going to be deleting, which is faster. So that one is going to be deleting 500 times. Clear? It is very, 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 very important question. Many people will ask you. So they also ask you, do you have any OLEDB command transformation in your package? If yes, delete that. So why? Because you will be using OLEDB command transformation for doing some kind of an updations. We don't know that is a requirement we were using for one mainframe project. We had approximately some 20 to 30 million rows we were updating, and it is taking a lot of time. It is taking more than 30 to 40 minutes, or it is taking more than 1 hour, I think. But we had removed this OLEDB command, replaced with execute SQL task. It is the 1 hour time came to 9 minutes. Okay, so it is definitely very, very slow. It performs row by row operations, hence it is slow. It is a interview question. Execute SQL task versus OLEDB command. It is part of control flow, part of data flow, performs batch operations, performs row by row operations. This is slow, must not be used. It is faster. It is recommended. If you say that can't but situation, so if you think that you can use, if you wanted to use this, you can use for the smaller data. But when you have a large amount of data coming from this one, so definitely I strongly recommend don't use OLEDB command transformation, which is a row transformation. It's going to be performing row by row operations, so it is very, very slow. Clear? Then we have row count transformation. Some people would ask you, now tell me how many rows went to that, how many rows, how many rows are duplicated data, how many rows are no duplicated data. I wanted to get like this. Okay. So if that is the case, how do you go about it? Nobody is asking you today, that's fine. But somebody tomorrow, your client may be asking, Bhaskar, you tell me how many. Oh, I had one more task. Okay, let me delete. I did not configure this. So when I'm executing this task, as a developer, I can see 73 rows went there, 4 rows went there. But after 6 months, if somebody comes and asks me, tell me, Bhaskar, I had given you one file 6 months back, and can you tell me number of duplicate data in that? So do you write anything anyway? So definitely we have to implement a logging. We have to implement a logging. In that logging, we have to know which package is running at what time and what are the number of rows it is getting, and number of rows being read, and number of rows are duplicate data, and number of rows are no duplicate data. So whatever they wanted to have it, we can create a package. So we can create a log table. The log table can get all this information: when the package got executed, who executed the package, what is the total number of rows available in the source, what are the total available rows in the destination, duplicate data how much, so how much time it has taken to execute the package. So this information we're going to be logging into one more table. That time I want to use row count transformation. So what I do, before sending that data, I simply use row count. Row count is going to be counting a number of rows flowing. So this is no duplicated data. So here also, I'm going to be using one more row count transformation. So this is going to be identifying number of rows which are duplicated data. Clear? So here I have to declare one variable. So we did not understand variables and everything. So you have to declare one variable, then it works fine. So row count transformation is there to identify number of rows flowing from source to the destination. You take the data from the row count and permanently these counts can be stored in your table. So that tomorrow, after 1 year, I wanted to know how many times I ran this package, and each time what are the number of unique records and duplicate records from each and every time whenever I'm executing. I would like to get this kind of information from the logging table, so that can be implemented. So row count transformation can be used to identify number of rows flowing from source to the destination. We're going to be implementing logging tables and everything, so no worry about it. So all these demos are going to come very soon: incremental loading, debugging, logging, our own logging, ready-made logging. A lot of things we're going to be working later. But remember, these two transformation we're going to be using. One is called row counter transformation. Sometimes we're going to be using OLEDB command transformation as well, right? So we'll be doing a lot of demos in the next week probably. Am I clear? So you practice them. If you have any questions, you're welcome.